Hi, welcome to another edition of the Muscle News. My name is Kevin Grech, and today we will be talking about our great friend Milos Sarcev, but not in a bad way. In the last few months, we can say even years, Milos has always been preaching to put back the symmetry round in bodybuilding when it comes to judging. Now, I'm not 100% sure if in the NPC, in the amateur ranks, if it's still being used. I know in IFBB, in Europe, in other countries, this round is still used in certain events. But in the pro events, especially in the IFBB Pro League, the symmetry round has been eliminated. Now, Milos has clashed with a number of people in the industry, especially Bob Ciherillo, because at that time, Bob was the athlete's rep, and not only him, but they decided to remove the symmetry round from the judging phase of an event. Now, let me put on a video from Milos Sarcev's official YouTube page. Don't forget to subscribe to it. Okay, now let's get to it. As you can see, obviously this is without sound. You can see the bodybuilders this is way back in 1994, the Mr. Olympia. The bodybuilders are judged from the front, each side, and the back. Now, this way, the bodybuilders have no way of hiding their weak body parts as they do in the other pose rounds. They have to show, let me fast forward a bit here. Okay, they have to show, here you can see Kevin, Dorian, and Sean Ray. You can see that they are standing all in the exact same position, not doing any kind of pose to hide a weak body part, or the judge would have called them out back in the day. Look, you can see even, even the bigger bodybuilders are doing the same pose, and the judges have the most ideal opportunity to see who wins this round. Now, a full explanation of the symmetry round is this. In bodybuilding, the symmetry round focuses on the balance and proportion of the competitor's physique. It assesses how well the muscles on one side of the body match the other, and how the upper body proportions relate to the lower body. Judges evaluate the overall shape and flow of the physique, looking for harmony and even muscularity across the muscle groups. More in detail, the symmetry round is not about flexing and displaying muscularity, but rather about assessing the natural balance and proportions of the physique when standing relaxed. How is it judged? Competitors are typically asked to perform quarter turns facing different directions to allow judges to assess their physique from various angles. The key aspects: judges look at the width of the shoulders compared to the waist, development of the upper and lower body, and the overall flow and balance of the physique. The importance of symmetry. A well-developed physique in bodybuilding needs to have both size and symmetry, meaning that the muscles are balanced and proportionate to each other. If a bodybuilder has large arms but a smaller back, it might be considered a lack of symmetry. Now, saying this, how can this be removed from the pro events? I see this as a vital part of the judging process, as it gives the judges a better idea of what they are seeing. I mean, you can see Milos here. Obviously, it's his video, so he's focusing on the moments that he was on stage. He's being compared to many other bodybuilders that not by be called out in the first or second call out that he might be, included in. For example, if they had to do the symmetry round today, a guy that would place maybe 14th would be compared to a guy that would place, in the top five, meaning every bodybuilder would have as well their time to shine on stage, the way I see it. This is my opinion. Now, removing such a vital uh, part of a bodybuilding event literally makes no sense. And I think the officials higher up, okay, the officials higher up should consider this and consider bringing this back into the event. Now, you can see all the bodybuilders are waiting patiently to see who they are going to be compared to. Let's fast forward a bit here. Again, the judges will call out possibly, the same three bodybuilders that they called out before, just to see if there's a difference on who is slightly better than the other. And plus, this displays the physique in the best possible way. I mean, nothing can be hidden, and it gives the opportunity to the athlete to show his best qualities as well. And it makes them train in a way that they keep in mind that they have to be symmetrical on stage. We cannot have bodybuilders with huge legs come out with smaller upper bodies or huge arms that is not balanced to their upper body as well and to their legs. I mean, everything has to be perfect. And that's the way bodybuilding should be. Now, included in this video, I will have parts from the Menace Podcast where, Bob and Milos Sarcev go at it regarding the symmetry round. Now, in this video, you can see Milos explains, back in the 1990s, IFBB Pro shows had 4 rounds of judging: symmetry round, muscularity round, and posing round. Then the top 6 would also have the confirmation round. Now, this is way back. This was uploaded in 2024. So I can surely say Milos has been talking about this way before. He might sound like that he's always repeating himself every time he's on a live podcast. When somebody mentions judging, Milos will come out and, without any hesitation and say, we need the symmetry round. Again, I think this should be put back in every bodybuilding pro show. This shouldn't be excluded. And it would give judges more confidence in who they pick to win and play second, third, fourth, and fifth. This would give them more of, how do you say? They'll have more proof to show the bodybuilders, not just coming out and posing. If somebody wants to do a side tricep pose, everybody has their way to do it, or the abdominal pose, or their back pose, or anything like that. Everybody knows the way they're going to twist and turn to hide their weak points. With the symmetry round, nothing can be hidden, and the bodybuilder will surely have to train in a different way to display their physique. Now, again, after I'm finished, you can hear Milos and Bob go at it on the Menace Podcast. Again, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, the Muscle News. Don't forget to subscribe to Milos on his official YouTube page, and obviously the Menace Podcast that is on the official site of the Olympia weekend. Okay, that's it for now, and until we meet again.
Bob was a little disturbed about Milos last week, calling him Bozo for
You got to come up with some more original names.
Bozo exemplifies you perfectly.
Okay, for the fans that don't know, what is a bozo?
The clown.
Clown.
I know that.
Well,
I know
see,
that.
the problem, Milos, is, and we love, listen, me and Milos, for the record, listen, Milos are like brothers, okay? We love each other. We love debating. We love talking shop. But the problem with Milos is he doesn't have his facts right. This is what lends to a conversation like we're going to have now, you see? So, again, for the 1 millionth time, I personally did not get rid of the symmetry round. I also did not get rid of anything. Okay, the Pro League is what gets rid of things or adds things into there. The gentlemen can do any poses they want during the free posing round. That's why it's called the free posing round. They can do whatever they want up there. So those things are all in place. The scoring system, which I've been very vocal about over the last, 15 years, I think needs to evolve and needs to change, where there are more boxes to be checked. And I have no problem with scoring anything from the symmetry round right to the final pose down. I think it should be more intricate, and it would give less idea out there that it's just somebody's opinion based on nothing but thin air.
But you've spoken in like we.
Sure, because
that's what we think is you.
Okay.
Well, when you say we, that means, yes, me
okay,
and said athletes rep at the time and the Pro League. So I would bring proposals to the table and they would vote on it.
Let's put it this way. Okay, I'm gonna be nice. You were not athletes rep, you were officials rep to the athletes, the other way around. You did not represent us, say any of our proposals. You made your own proposals, which you heard from officials. That's the bottom line. You say, you didn't change. In that interview with Leo, you were saying, I did this proposal, change this, change this. Who of athletes, who of us told you, Bob, make that proposal? We want this change. None of us. You were in cahoots with them and constantly. Yes, you were changing. I remember we were talking about dropping a symmetry and a posing round. First, idiotically, you say, posing is choreography, posing is, how you judge that. 3 rounds were distinctly different physique rounds. In a symmetry, you judge what you said, that we should bring symmetry, proportion, aesthetic, shape, blah, blah, blah. Separate poses. Now you want to bring back. Now you maybe realize, oh, shit, we fucked it up. Peter McGough and I were telling you this at the time. This is a suicide for bodybuilding. Suicide. You're going to drop aesthetic portion of the bodybuilding. Oh my God, you're gonna, no, we are not dropping it. We're gonna still do the core returns. We're not gonna judge our core returns. Like Tyler Manning is not gonna say, okay, front relax goes to Derek. Side relax, blah, blah, blah. There was never judged. Oh, it's blended in. It's not blended in.
Number one, you have never, in all the 30 years I've known you or so, have never given me not one thing to bring to the Pro League. 0. Is that correct?
Did you
wait a minute, just answer the question. Have you ever come to me, Milo?
Exactly. Peter McGough.
Have you ever come to me and given me anything to bring to the Pro League?
No, let's say.
No, thank you.
Don't drop the symmetry round. Don't drop the posing round. What are you doing?
Well, listen, I just wanted to establish that first and foremost. Even though I see you, week in, week out, month in, month out of every year at every show, we talk shop, we're on shows. Not one time have you ever came to me with anything. Correct?
I came up to you, do not drop symmetry round and posing round. It's a suicide. In this exact words with Peter McGough.
Now, let me explore that, okay? The old system, which I've never been a fan of, they never judged the symmetry round. They never judged any round in particular.
I won my pro show, my pro debut. I'm a nobody. I don't even know how they judge. They called me in a center in the first call out with Sonny Schmidt and Ron Love. And later on, I found out, what is this? I won symmetry round. Holy hell, what is symmetry round? I didn't even know. Turning a pro, I didn't know what it is.
That's a rarity. Okay, when you look at the score sheets,
which you have, that was my first pro show.
Guys, one at a time, please. So
if you go look at your score sheets, Milos, which I know you've kept a lot, and you have your own that you've copied over the years. 99% of the time, the guy who wins the symmetry round wins the show. The guy who wins the posing round wins the show. The guy who wins the muscularity round wins the show. As Dennis put it last show that I watched you guys on, and he took the words right out of my mouth, because if I was on the show, I would have said the same exact thing. How the hell does Dorian Yates beat anybody in a symmetry round or a posing round. Yet every Olympia that he won, you go back and check. You probably have the sheets. He won both of those rounds.
Yeah. So let's clarify this, because it is a physique round.
They're all physique rounds.
Hold on a second. Posing round is not. Posing round is not choreography, flow, the entertainment. It's physique round that you show your strengths of your physique. Poses other than mandatories that exemplify your strength. And then you're going to do the quarter turns, and Dorian is going to do all kind of fucking back fisting, back shots, It's super impressive, okay? So he can win the posing round on the basis of what do we know Arnold Schwarzenegger for? Mandatory poses? None. We have all his...
What's the difference?
Yeah. So Sergio Oliva victory pose, everybody... Before bodybuilding, with the pictures of the greats in the poses other than mandatories usually. And this is this is what you can bring in the choreograph routine, but show your strengths. And you were a great poser too. But let's say that posing round doesn't mean grace and pose and emotional content, like Sean would say. No, it's a goddamn physique round. Show me 8 mandatories. Back then it was 7. 7 mandatories are there. Now you show me what you got. Oh, that's what you got. That wins for me. Symmetry round. Dorian is not aesthetic. Okay, he's not aesthetic.
Nope.
Doesn't have that aesthetic component. But when you look at him, he has a white
impressive from the front.
Has an X frame.
Everybody loved when he stood there from the front.
Yeah. So the argument he could win.
Boom, that was fucking tight. That was hard. And then
here's the problem you have with the old system in place, okay? If it was judged as it should be, and I get they're all basically physique rounds, of course, it's a bodybuilding show, right? So the emphasis is on symmetry, the emphasis is on muscularity, emphasis is on posing. If that stuff was judged as is, and let's say Flex Wheeler won the symmetry round, where he should have, Dorian won the muscularity round, and let's just pick out let's say Chris Cormier won the posing round, or Sean Ray, or one of the greats of that time of posing.
Again, you're saying opposing.
Hang on.
Milos, wait. Let him finish.
Dorian, in that instance, Dorian does not win the Mr. Olympia. Doesn't happen. You can't win 1 out of 3 rounds and win the show. He would have been second or third place according to the points.
Why not?
Because you can't.
No, again,
mathematically.
You can by the points. You can. There is mathematically permutations, variation, combinations. You can do this easily. You should know that. But why would he lose posing round? Because somebody else moves better?
Because he moves like machinery. His posing was killed.
It's not the movement. It's a pose. It's a body they are judging.
Then why is it the posing round?
It's presentation.
Dorian has some great routines.
It's called because it's posing.
Okay.
This is ridiculous.
Posing routine.
So listen, guys, we cannot all speak at the same time. So
Milos,
what you're trying to say is the posing round is judged strictly off once you hit the poses, not how you transition into the pose.
Exactly. Posing round.
So why is it?
Let me say on the most simplest English. 3 distinctly different physique rounds that they judge physique. Here, front side and back relax. Here, 7 mandatories. And here, any other poses, you're free to hit anything to exemplify the strengths of your physique. If you put it in a nice little sexy movements and entertainment and blah, 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 beautiful, even better, which professionals like ourselves would want to do.
But that don't count for nothing.
So let me ask you a different question, Milos.
It doesn't count. It doesn't. Movement and choreography doesn't count.
Okay.
Gotcha.
You keep bringing like it should count. How can Dorian mechanic robot win?
So Milos,
Dorian had good routine, though.
One second, guys. So Milos, so what you're saying is that, and I'm just trying to, because people that are listening, they try to understand what you guys have been saying right now. So what you're saying is that Michael Crizzle could win the posing round.
Sure.
Even though he can't pose.
No. You judge the physique.
That's what I'm saying.
Michael Crizzle has no balance.
Okay.
No lower body to be impressive enough that any shot he can be, winning most muscular shot.
Okay, so basically the posing round and the physique round is all the same. The only isn't that the reason why they took it away?
Say again, what is the same?
So it doesn't matter if it's a physique round or the posing round, they still judge your physique. Isn't that the reason why they took it away? Because make sense or didn't make sense?
Correct.
Let me.
No, I'm asking the question. That's it.
No, it's not. I said.
Okay, so
symmetry round is physique rounds that you judge symmetry, aesthetics, proportion, shape.
Okay, so I'm just asking the question because Bob is here.
No, that's it. This is the answer. Muscularity round is 7, 8 now, distinctively chosen poses from every angle. The judges can scan your whole physique, up and down, left and right, front and back. Okay, and now you have a posing round. It's called posing. It's presentation round. Presentation that you present your physique at your best.
Okay,
hitting the poses that you couldn't do it here because it's mandatory. I'm asking front double. Don't give me anything else.
Okay.
I'm asking a side chest. Don't give me any variation.
Gotcha.
Now you can.
Gotcha. So all this information that you have, though, is that in the rule book? Do we have this?
Listen, it was. I swear to you, back in 30 years ago, when you go, you could clearly see what was
so
for.
do you still have this? Because you have
I tried to Google it many times. ChatGPT was going to give you. I watched yesterday, and they give you a lot. But ChatGPT is fairly new. They don't have this original score sheet.
Because I can only speak for myself right now. And when I came in, I turned pro in '98, right? Mm-hmm. And back then they still had the 3-guy call outs. And they still did the symmetry rounds. That took about 30 to 45 minutes before they got into the muscularity round. And I, to this day, didn't know the info that you just gave me.
Yeah, but
I thought the symmetry round was based just off the symmetry that I have,
right?
The proportion that I bring, and I thought that the posing. That's what I thought. The posing round is for my creative posing routine and showing my body and hiding my weaknesses and just.
I mean, entertainment business?
No, I'm not talking about entertainment. If entertainment, then somebody that's great. Somebody that. How
can anybody think that posing round is for posing and choreography, your dancing ability, I
never understood, Milos. I never understood. And then maybe you can explain this to me.
Yeah.
And I think that's the reason why this whole thing went away.
Yeah.
I never understood how Dorian can beat Flex or Sean in the symmetry round.
Okay. So
even though what you just said, this still doesn't make sense to me.
Because it's a muscularity round. They're all muscularity rounds. This was the very idea of why I went to the table with them and said, look at, especially with the posing round. If you're not going to judge the pose, then don't call it a posing round. Just call it round number 3. Don't call it a symmetry round. You're not judging symmetry. Let me ask you guys something. Why did Rich Gaspari never beat Lee Haney when he was more muscular and certainly in better condition than Lee was? Why did he never beat him? And nor was it ever close. Has anybody ever heard of anybody making a case that Rich Gaspari should have beat Lee Haney?
Never in a million years.
Correct. Now, why? Why?
It wasn't genetically.
Have a physique to beat him.
Chris, I mean, you're a perfect guy to go to this. Chris, why would Lee Haney be considered a better bodybuilder than Rich Gaspari?
He was genetically more gifted than Rich Gaspari. He was never going to be that.
Aesthetically pleasing, shapely.
That's a Ferrari and a different
physique that in a symmetry round, he would blow him off the planet Earth, and Rich could not play second for life.
Exactly right. Right?
But
now,
you again say, you came with a proposal to take the posing round. Who the fuck are you to represent?
That was the athlete's rep. That's who I was.
Which athlete voted for you? Which athlete told you, can you go please there with this proposal? We want you to tell them this. Who told you that? You represented yourself alone, and you were on a dinner table with them. What are we going to do? That's what we're going to do.
You make it sound like I never talked to anybody. I talked to plenty of athletes over the years.
You were at least representative to send us the news you just got on the table. You never came to Menace to me. You asked me, when did we talk? We talked when I told you, don't you fucking get rid of symmetry and muscularity. Are you out of your mind? It's a suicide for bodybuilding.
They're not even judging. They're not judging symmetry.
They're supposed to be judging symmetry.
But they're not. Milos,
now those boxers, listen.
Supposed to be a part of the plan, though.
Supposed to be. You have the judging sheets. Other than the show you won, Milos, you can't come up with 2 times. Listen, you had great symmetry. Chris, you had beautiful symmetry. Chris, other than the show you won, you never won a symmetry round.
He won symmetry round many times.
Yeah, when he won the show.
Yeah, listen.
When he won the show.
Hold on. Why did they have that round that you do front, feet together, hands by your side, announce on the microphone,
right?
Judging just your physique, what you look like. Turn to the side, turn to the back, turn around. This is it. And we were going multiple poses. That's a specific round. I'm not looking for anything other than aesthetic, shape, flow, balance.
Well, listen, clearly you have to have a certain level of muscularity. This is a pro event, right? Now, that said, you know how many symmetry rounds Bob Paris won? 0.
Yeah, I don't know. I never watched his.
But I'm telling you, 0.
That's okay. Listen.
Not only did Bob Paris never win it
without condition. Listen, he didn't win because he didn't have a perfect symmetry with enough muscle size and a great condition to overtake somebody. So it's a mix of everything. But here is exemplified. It's two guys a similar size, okay, and similar condition, and this guy is way better shapely. He beats the guy, no problem. Now that is mixed together, like you are putting spices in a soup. Okay.
Well, forget about the soup. Let's bring this full circle to today. Okay, let's forget about 1995, 96. Let's bring it to today. If the symmetry round was scored over the weekend that we just saw at the Pittsburgh Pro, Nick versus Derek, who wins?
Derek wins symmetry round all day long.
Correct. Thank you.
But listen, but you don't necessarily win the show because you win the symmetry round.
No, you don't. You certainly don't, right?
And
but
I'm taking third before when I won the symmetry round.
I assume
that Tyler round and he lost the show.
I assume that Tyler in his review is gonna touch that subject. These poses is so. Let's say it's even 4-4, whatever. But Derek won on a better shape. Okay, why don't you quantify it with a number? Okay.
To this point,
listen, I'm all for it.
To this point, I would like to say
you took it out.
Hold on one second.
You proposed for the change.
Milos, watch your blood pressure, please, brother.